Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Kyrylo. So, following Ilya's talk about future and then talk about the verifiable and secure infrastructure, I want to talk more about the applications of all this in the real world. And so right now the topic that's been for a while, but it looks like not yet has very good implementation. It is agentic payments. My name is Kyrylo, and I am CTO of Datrics. And in Datrics, we do a lot of different AI agents for enterprises. That's why it's a very important topic for me. So when we started digging into the agentic payment, the first question was, what does it mean really, the agentic payments? Because like you can search for some good camera in ChatGPT. You can ask ChatGPT to search for some camera, and you can use instant checkout, click on the link and use your Stripe to buy the camera. But in fact, is it really an agentic payment or not? So the agentic payment, it is when you can delegate the full workflow, including the payment settlement to the agent, and it brings a lot of additional challenges to that. So as Ilya said, internet is dead. Agentic net now is there of agentic net. So meaning that as the user, we usually want to to solve our intent. For example, if I want to buy the camera, I don't want to search for the list of cameras on the website. I just want it to be delivered. Or if I want to book the travel ticket, I don't want to look through the 1,000 of different offers. I just want to have a booking and have a flight. So that means that agentic payment, in fact, it is intent. And where agent finds the optimal execution of this intent, and the payment is the part of this execution. So what are the requirements for the agentic payments? So of course, agents should not violate the intent that you give to it. So if I ask to order me 100 ton of steel and deliver it there, it should not order like 200 ton of steel because it was cheaper. It should be, so the execution should be verifiable, and probably OpenGradient can answer to this question to verify the actions. You don't want to share your card numbers or your private key with the LLM or inference provider or what the operator of the agent. Of course, it should be auditable, and you need the composable payment because like you want to pay in, for example, NEARs, and merchant receives euros, and you need somehow, the agent should somehow manage that, probably ask other agent to do the conversion or whatever. So, and there is no, like, the primitives for agentic payments are just work in progress. We have some, and so probably we can already build something based on that. But like, in fact, the key question is, can we trust agents when they buy something for you? So a couple of examples of where autonomous agents actually needed. So e-commerce, as I said, probably would be solved by ChatGPT, or already has you can see it in Amazon. But there are a lot of infinite options and a lot of fraud there. And in general services, you cannot define the success, because if you ask agent, find me agency and launch TikTok marketing campaign, it's really hard to verify. It is easy to verify that it was launched, but it's hard to verify the quality. And in open world shopping, for example, as when you are asked to order something like 100 ton of steel, you need some insurance if something goes wrong, because a lot of different points of failure in this process. And so we found that a very good domain for agentic payments, it is travel. And why travel? It is a really good domain because travel is not a subjective shipping problem. It's more like an optimization problem. And you have clear, structured, finite inventory of airlines, hotels. You have machine-readable constraints. So you have clear success criteria. The ticket is booked, and you can receive it on the email, and you can verify it. And there are a lot of existing APIs, which is not available for everybody, but it's possible to get access to. That's why it can be a really good example on how to build an autonomous agent that books your travel itinerary. And so here, how we see it. So it can be done in 2 stages, like in discovery and booking. Like usually you want, first of all, find some, airline tickets between a lot of different offers. And here agent can help you a lot. Why agent is very good here is because agents are very personalized. So they know a lot about you, meaning that for it, it's much easier to navigate through the big amount of variants and find the proper variant, proper offer based on your, your personal information. And the second thing is when you confirm the order, the offer is it should pay for it. Usually we go to airline website, book something there, or find on the meta search or aggregators, and then book through the airline. And like me personally, I don't know how you, but me personally, I usually have like 10 of different tabs in my Chrome or browser to find proper price, to find proper date, time window, etc. And then when I go to airline website because it gives me the best service. So here we can have the same thing. So, and what components practically, how we can implement that. So here, a little bit technical details on how we see it. So as a user, I have an intent, like I need to get to Lisbon to visit Open Source AI Summit. Yeah, so what goes next? Agent should go through all different APIs. Online travel agent is the global distribution systems, Google Flight Search, whatever, to find me the best variant according to my needs. And when I choose some offer, like a lot of personal details here involved, but then the next stage is booking. And here where I should share my personal information with the agent, and I should delegate the payment to the agent because I don't want to put my credit card number again and again. Why not? So that's how I can create the mandate. Meaning that I should delegate some proper amount with some slippage to the agent, that agent can use it to buy the ticket. And it's really the good technology for that. It's NEAR intent, and it's how we use it. So we can post this intent on chain. It can be verified, and we can verify all actions done by the agent according to this intent. Then when agent, with this intent, I should log some amount of money so that agent knows that there is money that he can spend to the ticket. And again, with a NEAR intent, we can, for example, I want to pay with NEARs, but merchant receives USDC, for example. So I can allocate some funds to this intent, and they will be locked. And the good thing about that is that when agent executes the booking, he can safely execute the booking, can, I don't know, pay with some other balance from bank account or whatever. But he knows that the money are in place, they are locked. And when the booking executed, the money will be unlocked. Additionally, when the booking executed or not executed, the money will be returned back to the user because the deadline has passed, or simply like the PNR was not created. And then, of course, booking is during the booking process, I need to put some personal details of the user. And this personal details should be shared with the large language models provider, for example, or inference provider. And that's why this agent can be running in trusted execution environment so that nobody has access to your personal data. So again, where the trust to this agent come from? So from NEAR intents that allows the secure and atomic settlements, and trusted execution environment that isolate the private keys or credit card numbers from the party that operates the agent. So, and from yet to reality, so we build this kind of agent. It's available at the application. I can share waitlist access to this application called Try, and with the Try, it can book tickets for you. You can pay in NEAR intents with NEAR intents in crypto, and you can fully trust this agent. So you can write me in Telegram, or you can use the link to join waitlist. That's all. Thank you.
I have basically two questions. There are two parts to the question, of doing payments for agents. The first one is payments itself. How do you see the rise and growth of recent X402 protocol and its comparison with NEAR intents? Is it going to be compatible? Is it going to be competing? I don't know. And the second part, the recent published agents payments protocol from Google, which are trying to standardize the mandates and how you do the intents. How do you see that part? Would it be compatible or not, and else?
Thank you. Good question. So the first part, NEAR intents allows us to, really easy in one day, to unify the liquidity, to use any kind of crypto, and really easy to settle it in the merchant, in the crypto or that accepted by merchant. In case if there will be new solver that can send the fiat, so from solver we can use it, and it's definitely NEAR should be very soon. And that's why for us it's really simple and good infrastructure for us. To be honest, I haven't tried, because when we started this, there were no option to use any kind of liquidity on any chain to settle it. That's why for us it was the very good option. The second part, protocols like A2P and there is X401 and etc. It's for X402. Yeah.
TTP code.
Yeah, X402. I think it should be the standardize of mandates. I think it's probably we will use it. Right now there is only our agent on the network, but then when there will be a lot of travel agents, I think we should follow the protocol, and it will solve a lot of problems. So then, yeah.
Any other questions? Oh, yes.
Hello. So I guess the devil is in the details, right? Imagine if it gets a ticket to me and it's wrong. Is it possible to roll back and get a refund?
Yeah. It's a very good question. Yeah, it's what we always think about. It depends on who is issuing the ticket in travel industry. Because if you accredited travel agency, you can refund during the day. So it's not a problem. If agent works wrong and it works on behalf of agency that has access to global distribution system, it can be refunded without penalty during the day, for example. If it is browser agent that goes through the browser on behalf of the user and books through the airline directly, it's here we need to have the verifiable set of actions, and we need to verify. We have to. It cannot be refunded. That's why it's more on the agent's operator to fix this on the agent side.
Another thing to ask is that probably it would be a good idea to ask the retail guy about the next things, about the date and the name and the ticket type, because if the AI isn't going to ask, then a wrong ticket is going to be booked, and then the rollback isn't going to be possible, and then I'm screwed, right?
Yeah, here I meant that it's not likely possible that user will receive the wrong ticket, because we have the mandate and we can verify the ticket according to mandate. And how the verification can work, we can use PNR, send it to the any booking system and see the information and validate it, verify it according to the mandate. That's why the only possible thing that during the process how something can rolls wrong and agent issues incorrect ticket, but it's more like on the agent operator merchant side, because in that case user should not receive the ticket because it will be because it will be violate the mandate.